Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So our next video tutorial is going to be with the Cockatoo. If you guys haven't been to this channel yet, welcome. My name is Jackie and we do 3D art kits. And we paint them and I show you how to do that. And so let's get started. Okay. So if you have not purchased one of these, they are available on my website if you would like to purchase those and paint along. If not, you can always just watch the video and purchase later. However you want to do it. But these make great little gifts, like last minute gifts, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, cute little gifts. So this is what your kit is going to look like. This is going to be your reference card. It's going to have everything included in it for you to paint your cockatoo. So let's go ahead and pull everything out. Okay, so this is your reference guide. These are your art instructions. This is all of your paint. You have a sealer in here if you want to seal this afterwards. Some of the pieces that I done earlier do not have sealers on them, but then I put some sealers on some other pieces and it's great. It gives us a shiny look and it also helps to protect the paint. So it's probably a good idea to put that on. Your little magnet is going to come in a little mesh bag and it's going to have the magnet already attached, and you're also going to have 2 brushes included in your kit. So we're going to go ahead and take this out. And before you get started, I would suggest getting you some clean water. I use this sponge just to help wipe the paint off of my fingers because this project's so small, you're going to get paint on you. If you don't like to get paint on you, this is probably not your project. And then some dry paper towels. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull this paint out of the bag. Set that sealer off to the side. We're not going to need that right now. And then here's your reference guide. Now, you can paint your cockatoo whatever color you want to paint it. I mean, you've got blue and yellow. Maybe you don't want to paint your cockatoo yellow. Maybe you want to paint him blue. I mean, do whatever you want. It's your project. You do whatever you want to do. But for video purposes, we're just going to go ahead and paint it this yellow. If you're wanting to mix paint, say for instance, you wanted to mix a little bit of the yellow with the brown and the white, or the light, I mean, you can do that. But I wouldn't suggest in your paint pots. I would get you like a paper plate or something to do that with. But right now, his little body is yellow. Her little body, his little body. Just gonna dip this in here. If you want, you can dip your brush into water first, and then it just helps soften it. Okay. I have really been enjoying how these are turning out. I think I talked about it in another video where this project makes it look like a chalk paint, but it's not necessarily chalk paint. It's regular acrylic paint. And I'm just going to go ahead and go right over that eye. That is not going to make a big deal because his little eye is going to be brown anyway. It'll just help darken it up. Just take your time as you're going around the smaller places. You also have a liner brush, and we'll exchange that here in a minute to go back and do the detail on this. I think I talked about in another video that you could always paint the back of your cockatoo. You don't necessarily have to do that, but you can if you want to. And then his little wing is also yellow. So we'll just go ahead and paint that yellow. I'm just going to leave this white just for the sake of the video. But these little projects are going to take you a good hour, 45 minutes to 2 hours to do between drying time and all of the details, and then you're going to put the sealer on it at the end. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and exchange brushes here. Go right there in between his little feet. Up here along his beak. Okay. And also, the best thing to do is to put 2 coats on this. The more coats that you put on it, the more vibrant the color is going to be, and the longer it's going to last. Okay, so we'll be back. We'll let that dry. And there's the first part of the cockatoo. Okay, so we're back. This is still a little tacky. Not too bad, but I'm going to go ahead and start on the top of his head. Like I said before, you don't have to necessarily follow the reference page. You can always just paint it whatever color you want. And you can always paint the back, like I said before, but I'm just going to not do that right now. Okay. Yeah. See how that's turning out? That is cute. And if you wanted to, and you know what, I think we will. So we're just going to put some shadows down here. Some shadows on the bird. And just kind of smooth those out. Or you can leave them jagged. I mean, it makes it look like it has feathers. Okay. See how that turned out? All right. So while that's drying, we are going to move on to his beak and his eye. Okay, I'm going to change brushes. Go back to the wider brush. My cricket's in here. Concentrating on painting. All right. Let's go down here to its feet. This one is a really fun project to do. Do at home. Do alone. Do it with kiddos. Do it with some neighbors, some friends. Have a night. Have a paint party magnet night. Okay. There it is. Now let's get his little eye. I'm going to do it brown here. We're just going to dab, dab, dab. Make a big circle around that circle. Yeah. Okay. We're going to let that dry. It's pretty dry. I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat on this part. Oh. You know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and go on around. I mean, it's your bird. You guys can do whatever you want with it. I just think it looks better. Okay. And then, of course, his feathers up here at the top. And like I had said before, the layers, if you do more than one or two coats, the colors are definitely going to be more vibrant, and you're going to want to do that. A little bit on his nose. That's okay, because we're going to do a second coat on that too. So I should have actually done this earlier. I apologize, guys. We actually should have done a second coat on the cream, the lighter yellow. So we'll just go ahead and do that now, so you guys can kind of see. The best thing about paint is you can, if you don't like it, you can always change it. Just make sure you're smoothing out the lines as best you can. Just work around that eye a little bit. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better. Okay. Definitely looks a lot better. All right, we're going to let that dry. I'm going to come back and we'll do a second coat. Okay, so we are back, and I am going to do the second coat on this brown. The brown on his eye, and also on the beak. Got a little bit on the bottom. I'm going to have to let that dry. We'll have to come back and we'll have to get that little foot on the bottom. Okay, so this has had time to dry. I'm going to go ahead and put that coat of brown on the bottom. And like I had said before, the more layers that you put on, the richer the color is going to get. And it definitely makes it stand out more. Okay, and you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and do this eye one more time. Yes. What do you think? All right, so we're going to move on to do the cheek, his little cheek, and we're going to use this cream colored cheeky color. And looks like it's about right here. So we're just going to draw a circle. Just like that. We're going to let that dry for just a few minutes, and then we're going to add another coat, and then your cockatoo is finished. We'll just put some sealer on it and we'll let it dry, and it gives it this very shiny, pretty look. So let's add this second coat to the cheek here. You guys see that? We're going to let that dry for a few more minutes, then we're going to add the sealer and we'll be finished. Okay, so we are back now, and this is what this little guy looks like. Since it's nice and dry, we are going to put the sealer on there. And each of the art kits do come with a sealer. It looks white, goes on white, but it dries clear. So we're just going to start up here. And this has a glossy finish, which is kind of nice when it's a fridge magnet. And you guys can, you know, embellish your bird any way you want. You want to add a little, like little polka dots around his belly, or you want to put some indentions for his wing. I mean, you can do all of that. That's what makes these little projects nice, is you can personalize them the way that you want. You don't necessarily have to just go by the reference card. So you'll just continue to work your way around. This will also help the paint from not chipping as well. This is a non-toxic sealer, so this is not going to hurt you if you don't use gloves. It just gets a little sticky. But once it dries, it is not sticky. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go around to the back of this. Since I didn't paint it and it is definitely exposed, I'm going to go ahead and just add the sealer on around to the back. Okay, I think that about does it. There is your cockatoo. It's just, and once this dries, it will be all clear and shiny. And I'll come back and show you that once this dries. Okay, we're back, and this is dry. See the shininess in it? It's all shiny. Anyway, there's your cockatoo. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed painting these as much as I do. If you do want a kit and you do want to follow along, I'll link my website down below. Have a wonderful day and create a beautiful life.